This is Ryan Abraham, Dan Weber, USCFootball.com Instant Analysis. Practice number 6, Dan. We're here on the Coliseum. Actually got to see football players making tackles on this Coliseum grass. It was something new.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm just looking down at the Coliseum grass. That looks new. That's the best grass I remember in 13 years here, so for starters. I thought they didn't tackle badly. Sark said you could tell it was their first day and maybe a little sloppier than he wanted it to be. I thought it was pretty good for the first day out there tackling. I thought they did a pretty good job. Not completely realistic because neither Buck Allen nor Ty Isaac was able to go, so essentially Trey Madden, carried much of the load with walk-on James Tolan, but let them throw the ball more and throw the ball very well.
We got to see, we'll get to the throwing in a second, but we got to see Jaleel Pinner actually get a lot of tailback work there.
Literally his first carries of the entire spring. He has not carried. We didn't see Soma either. So you basically are going without Soma, Ty Isaac, and Buck Allen. So it was a little different look that way, but it did allow him to throw the ball, from the get-go.
Yeah, you got to see that. One of the best plays was down the right sideline, Cody Kessler to Nelson Aguilar. Really good play. I thought it was pretty good coverage by Kevon Seymour, but Sark had high praise for what Cody Kessler's been able to do this spring.
Well, yeah, he said he could be a very, and both of them were talking about the same thing. The arm strength is a given, the deep ball, that kind of thing. The anticipation is what I think, and Sark said that's what I've been talking to him about. That's the one thing I could see him improving on. And when you talk to Cody, he said, the one thing I like today is I was throwing that ball before they were making their cuts, and it's that kind of trust thing. And Nelson's, he and Cody, lived together, and they really looked like they were trusting one another out there because Kevon had pretty good coverage. And, the two bombs and then the one where Nelson cut back, and whether that was a touchdown or not, a great acceleration, great, ability to, cut back and move, accelerate through the middle of the field. He really showed some stuff today. Nelson did. He was a very impressive day.
He's probably the best looking player out there, but there was some physical action. We got to see Oklahoma drills. That was kind of impressive to watch.
Well, just watching Hayes Pillard, you just watch and listen. Hayes, if there's a big thud, it's probably Hayes somewhere, and he just eating this up. This is what he lives for. And so otherwise, though, it was hard to pick out guys on defense because you did see kind of a moving pile. It was like, well, Delvon Simmons, for example, on a pass rush where he gets his hands up and you realize, he's really a big guy, and he can run. But other than that, you didn't see where, somebody, I think Jabari Ruffin. I think Jabari's tackling ability has really improved. His just feeling of certainty and his ability to do what he can do one-on-one in the open field with somebody. I think he jumped out at you.
One last thing, get different perspective today. I got to sit up in the stands and kind of watch this new look defense. Anything stand out to you?
I do think they know it better already. I think they're way ahead of where they were last year, and I think that's because they've tailored it to not be a tremendous change from last year. I think they've taken advantage of what they all could do. And I think on the flip side, the thing that Cody was talking about at the end, he said, what you see with this offense, he said, the last series, you get to about play number 7 or 8, and we're still going at them, and he said they're taking a deep breath and trying to get lined up, and he says that's the theory of this offense. That's what you want them to do. And he said no matter how good a shape this defense, and it's rotating more, he said you get them to a place where you're coming to the line of scrimmage and running the play, and they're still got their hands on their knees. And that's I think they're starting to see this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is how it's supposed to work.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up here from the Coliseum. For Dan Weber, this is Ryan Abraham. Check out USCFootball.com for more.